Hello there, my name's Megan, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Midnight Library. So, I bought this book in a charity shop a few weeks ago because my mum really recommended the book when I picked it up and showed it to her. And as well as that, I heard good reviews of it online, and I thought from the blurb it sounded really interesting. Uh, so overall, I did really like this book, but see, I thought the first few chapters were very sad and depressing, which I had not been expecting. I thought I don't know what I thought, but I just thought she was maybe going to not die. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm not going to say more because it's kind of spoilers for near the end of the book. But essentially, the main woman in it, is depressed, and she ends up she's suicidal, and so she tries to kill herself. And I thought that was very very sad and depressing, not the sort of thing that I like. I like happy books. So she ends up in this library, and there's this librarian who was her school librarian, and so she is able to read these books, and she goes into these different lives. So one she's a rock star, and one she's an Olympic swimmer. All these different lives, based off of her regrets. Um, so I definitely thought the second half of the book was better because she was going into these more interesting lives. Um, I think maybe from the Olympic swimmer onwards, I thought the book was interesting from there. Because the first life she went into, she was with her ex boyfriend who she broken up with, and they owned a bar, which was not the most interesting. Um, but it was interesting seeing her regrets and how she fixed them and all that. Actually, maybe that wasn't the first life she went into, because I know in the book her cat died, and that had really made her upset. So it might have been the one where the cat was alive. I'm not 100% sure, but one of those two was the first life she went into. Um, so I thought it was interesting seeing the different lives that she had. Um, yeah, I just found that part interesting. But the thing is, when I read the blurb, for some reason, I thought she was going to go in these lives where there were aliens or vampires. So I don't know if that's me just me being too imaginative, um, or something. I don't know. It's just it was all about parallel universes. So I was thinking, oh, we can get one where there's aliens or one where there's robots. But no, unfortunately, that didn't happen. So that disappointed me just the tiniest little bit. Because I kind of been expecting, um like fantasy sci-fi stuff, but that didn't happen. But oh well, it's fine. So I mean, if you're expecting something like that, don't. It's not in the book, unfortunately. Um, so it was just her going about normal lives, well, ish normal, because in some of them she's famous. But yeah, so I enjoyed the book. I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. Just because the start was depressing. Some of the normal the lives that were normal-ish were a little they got a little bit boring. But I did find the second half a lot more interesting. Um, so I really enjoyed the second half of the book. Um, I think maybe for about the rock star life or the Olympics or one of those two. From then on, I found it very interesting, and thankfully, it ended on a happy note. Which I enjoyed. Um, so it was just that first half was a bit depressing. I feel like if there'd been something in the blurb, like letting you know that she had depression or that she was suicidal, that may have helped a bit, because I know it could be triggering for some people. Um, so yeah, I do think this is a good book, but it maybe didn't handle mental health in the best way, because she was always on these antidepressants, and they kind of showed them in a bad light, in my opinion. And the fact that she did go to this midnight library wherein she tried to commit suicide, and it might encourage, I don't know, but it could encourage some people who are suicidal, because they think, oh, maybe in the afterlife I'll go to this midnight library. I don't know, but I just thought that was handled kind of poorly, because I don't even know if she went to therapy throughout the whole book. I don't know if she did. And she was just like on these antidepressants, and yeah, um, like that sort of stuff didn't even seem to help her, which was unfortunate and sad because I have known people who have had depression and like uh the medicine has actually helped them. Like there was someone who I like went on a date with once or twice, and for them it was like something to do with their brain chemicals or something, and that was like why they were depressed. Whereas in this book, they actually showed the depression as like situations make you depressed, which I think that can happen in some like circumstances, but sometimes it is like to do with your brain, and that's like why you need the medicine. Anyway, I'm going on a ramble here. Yeah, but I did enjoy the book. Thought it was interesting seeing the different lives and like how her regrets were like sometimes not always regrets. And she realized that the stuff in her life that had happened, sometimes it wasn't actually that bad, and there was nothing she could do to like change it, or like when she went into these other lives, sometimes other people were like dead, and like she realized, her decisions in her like original life, I'll say, like they made an impact on others. So yeah, I enjoyed the book. So yeah, I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. I would recommend you read it. I'd love to know, what did you think of the book? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was alright? So let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.